Welcome, fellas, to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 8. This is the 10 levels of disrespect. Get your popcorn ready. This show is available via Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you like to listen to your this game at. It's available everywhere, so soak it in however you got to soak it in. This episode is also brought to you by the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit at ultimateladiesman.com. Go here and get on the wait list. April 4th, we're going to be hosting. April 4th, the enrollment will be open for the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit. And in this summit, you get 3 courses. You get Attraction 101. You get How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. You get the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide. You're not going to get this type of deal nowhere else with this type of game, nowhere else on the internet in the world, period. So you get these 3 courses. And you also get 5 training webinars that'll start, I think, April 11th. If I'm not mistaken, the webinars will start April 11th through the 15th or 16th or whatever. And each night we will be having a different coach that specializes in a different area of the game, giving you intense training. Like we got my man Sterling Cooper, the award-winning P-star, right? The award-winning adult film star, as I say. We got him teaching you some, bedroom techniques and shit like that. We got my man Iffy Kingdom. We got Red Pill Thor so far. We got me. Stay tuned. It's going to be more. So this comes with the Ultimate Ladies Man Seminar. You also get private access to me and other guys like yourself in private Telegram chat. Also, you get, hope I'm not forgetting. Oh, you're going to get, you get private Zoom meetings. We do bi-weekly Zoom meetings so we can give maintenance on your progress or whatever. So, and that's for, from now up until whenever, a year or so from now. You get these private bi-weekly Zoom meetings where we meet up and we can chop up game. You can ask your questions. You can, Q&As, we can go over your dating profiles, we can go over your DMs, whatever problems you may have, we'll be doing this. So that's 3 top tier elite level game courses. Attraction 101, which teaches you to be attraction. Ultimate Ladies Man Guide, that dating guide that teaches you how to date, from the cold approach all the way to escalation to sex. And then we have the How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You course, which teaches women to get psychologically wrapped up and love and obsess over you. You get these 3. You get 5 to 7 training webinars, 2 hours apiece with some of the best coaches in the game. You get free bi-weekly webinars or mastermind private groups via Zoom, and you also get access to me in a Telegram chat. You cannot beat this. Enrollment will only be open for 5 days, from April 4th through April 8th. So once I open enrollment on April 4th, you only have till April 8th to purchase. After that, you can't get the courses no more. You can buy Attraction 101. That'll always be on sale. But courses like How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You and the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide, you can only get these courses when I release this summit. So once after April 8th, you're not going to be able to get How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. You're not going to be able to get the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide. So make sure you take advantage and get on the wait list right now. When you're on the wait list, you get early bird privileges. You get the heads up. You understand what I'm saying? So get on the wait list right now at ultimateladiesman.com. Also, fellas, join the Patreon. We got the $5 tier and the $100 tier. The $100 tier gets you these bi-weekly meetings that I was just talking about, these bi-weekly meetings with me via Zoom, these private. If you get the $100 tier of the Patreon, you have access to that. And follow me on social media, King Dreism. KingDreism. That's on IG, that's on TikTok, and that's on Twitter. All right, fellas, we're going to get straight into this game today. I'm not going to read an email today. I just wanted to jump straight into this, and I probably ain't going to have you 2.5 hours like I usually have you. I be having y'all on for 2.5 hours and shit. This will probably be a shorter show. I wanted to get straight to it because this is a serious show. All of them are serious, but I think this one is very much needed. This one is going to put a lot of things in your relationships, in your past relationships, in perspective. And I just wanted to get straight to that. I didn't want no distractions. So we're going to be talking about today the 10 levels of disrespect. when a woman's behavior towards you, it's in steps, and it either gets worse or it gets better, right? But for the context of today's show, it's about disrespect. And I want to lead with saying, first things first, fellas, right? A man must be respected, period. A man must be respected in his relationship, in life, or anything. When a man's not respected, a man is, he's a shell of a man. Nobody's going to treat you right. Nobody's going to give you what you deserve. Nobody's going to give you what you earn. You are basically going to always get the short end of the short end of the stick, whether it be life and in your relationships. Now, when it comes to the confines of a relationship, you must be respected. A woman cannot love you, right? In order for a woman to love you, she must respect you first. See, men don't really operate like that. Men can love a woman and fall in love with a woman, even if she's a whore, even if we don't really have respect for her. You see what I'm saying? Just based on the way that men operate and view the world. We can grow attachments and everything to a woman who we don't really respect, right? But women, on the other hand, they can't even get to the love point unless they respect you first. You understand what I'm saying? And the worst spot to be in, the worst place to be in life is in a situation to where the woman does not respect you at all. That is the worst place you can be in. You understand? You don't want to be in that space. So you have to be respected as a man in your relationship. It's respect or nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this concept of the levels of disrespect actually comes from a guy by the name of Tariq Nasheed. And Tariq Nasheed used to be a dating coach. Tariq Nasheed now is more of a justice advocate or whatever you like to call it. He stands up for social issues and shit like that. But originally, Tariq Nasheed was a dating coach. And I first stumbled upon him in my mid-20s by listening to another guy. And I was like, who is this dude spitting this flame that I'm resonating with, right? And one of the first shows that I heard from him was a show called The 7 Levels of Disrespect. And this show put everything into perspective for me as a man, right, at that time in my life. Now, I've always been a guy. I'm not letting no bitch talk to me any kind of way. I've never been a guy to let women run over me, disrespect me, violate me, deal with their bullshit. I always valued myself in that way. But what I didn't understand was how, at the time, what I didn't have into perspective was how things start and how they end. You understand? And he put that into perspective for me. So shout out to Tariq Nasheed for that. His concept was the 7 levels. Today, we're talking about 10 because this is my view of the game. This is, that was his view of things in relationships or whatever. Then when he made that, however many years ago that was. So mine is 10. It's actually more than 10, but for the sake of, 10 sounds sexier in the title, right? So we're going to do 10. And this is my perspective from the things that I've seen in my life, from my experiences. So it's just the 10 levels of disrespect. But shout out to Tariq Nasheed for this concept. I don't know where he got it from, but this is where I got the concept from. Now, when a woman disrespects you, fellas, you have to understand that when a woman disrespects you, she wants you to do something about it, right? She wants you to check her or she wants you to leave her. Women are well aware of their behavior. They know what they're doing. When she call you out your name, she know what she's doing. When she violates you or she do something to you or she violate one of your boundaries or she, gets out of pocket, she's well aware of what she's doing. You understand what I'm saying? And so she wants a response from you. Now, What a lot of guys do is they argue. The response that they give the woman is arguing or being a whatever they're gonna do, or bitching, or getting physical sometimes. Nah, you check them or you charge them. Charge her to the game, meaning that's the game's problem. Get out my life, or I'm putting you on the bench. So when a woman disrespects you, she wants that response. She wants you to check her so she can feel your assertiveness or whatever, or she sabotaging basically, and you have to respond. You don't let shit slide, right? Now, another key to this, I want to put you guys into the mind frame of this. When a woman disrespects you, you have to check it immediately, or you miss your moment. You see what I'm saying? Don't wait to check a woman. Don't wait to check a moment. You have to check her in the moment, right? So let's say y'all out to eat, right? Y'all out to eat and your girl say something slick to you, or she say something out of the way, or she do some wild shit. Don't wait till you get home, or be sitting stewing over the weekend to try to figure shit out, or figure out the best way to say something, and wait till Monday, and if it's Friday, you wait until Monday, or you wait until you get home. You have to check it, and you have to respond immediately. Wherever they act up at, like our parents used to say, if wherever you act up at is wherever you gonna get it at. You don't have to be loud and arguing shit, but you check bad behavior immediately. A lot of the times, this behavior comes in the form of tests, right? This behavior, I'm not saying all the time, because everything ain't no test. Sometimes a bitch is just trying you. But a lot of the times, women are testing you, or they're pushing at you because you've been soft and they want to feel your assertiveness. And if you miss that moment, right? If you miss that moment, you fail that test. So she may get, she may get a little pushy with you. She may get a little aggressive with you because she want to feel your strength and assertiveness because you've been weak, right? So this happens, right? You've been weak and you've been soft and you've been too agreeable, and she misses that dominant force within you. And in order to get this out of you, she may buck at you a little bit. That's why you got to smash it right then and there, and, usually once you do that, you don't have to do that too much, right? So, but there are times, right? There are times when it ain't that, and she's trying you or she's disrespecting you, and you can't wait. You can't wait until Monday or some shit like that, or 2-3 days later, whenever you feel like you're going to get to it, or whenever you feel like you've processed everything, because they'll be on to something else now. You see what I'm saying? They mind is somewhere else now. Ain't nobody fuck you talking about some shit from 2-3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? We got problems now. This is my boss yelled at me today and all this shit. If you felt like that, you should have said something. You see, so that it just causes more problems when you wait instead of addressing it head on when it happens. I'm not saying, argue or something like that, because a lot of the times people do need time to process their emotions or process things. So, you don't have to have a full blown on conversation right there, but you need to check it. Hey, listen, we ain't rocking like that, and if you or your lady is the type that needs to process things first or calm down so they don't explode, then you can set a date, set time aside later on to discuss it, but you need to address it right then and there when it happens. Do not wait. If you wait, it's pointless to try to check somebody, 2-3 days later or 10 hours later. It's pointless. They on to something else. And if it's a test, you miss your time. You miss your shot to assert yourself. And usually when you miss your shot to assert yourself, the behavior starts to get worse. Like her behavior is going to get worse. You see what I'm saying? So let's say it's a test and she ain't felt you in a little bit, and she buck up at you, or she I don't want to say disrespect you, but she get a little aggressive, or she get a little elevated tone, and you don't do anything about it. This will usually grow into steps, and then what happens is you don't like the behavior, so you respond in a way that's not conducive to that's not conducive to what you want, which is a submissive woman in the first place that's behaving. You see, so a lot of guys, once this behavior get worse, they start to get in their feelings, and then it becomes arguing and all type of shit, because you don't know how to handle this little shit. and nip this little shit in the bud, right? But you never wait to check them. You have to in the moment deal with it right then and there, right? And understand that if you don't, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Behavior, I learned this from a behavioral psychologist. Behavior is never stagnant. Good behavior or bad behavior. It gets better or gets worse. So the bully starts off by teasing the kid verbally. Hey, come here, fat boy, right? If that kid don't check that, it gets worse. It's not, oh, come here, fat boys. You fat, your mama fat, your whole family fat. If he don't deal with that, next thing you know, he's tripping them in when he's walking. He gets up to, they walking in the lunch line and he trips him. He don't do that. Now he's spitting spitballs at him. Now he pushing him in the back of the head. Now he catching him in the bathroom and giving him a bloody nose. And it just goes on. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse until the person does something about it. Behavior never stays stagnant. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So always remember that. In 2022, there's one haunting question that plagues every single man. How do I make her submit to me? The answer is simple, but most are afraid to learn the truth. Mind games, mixed signals, pullaways, I need space, let's take a break. It will continue on and on and on, slowly consuming you from the inside out. That's why I've spent years and years making this for you. It kills the nice guy energy. It removes the neediness. It eliminates the beta male tendencies. It unleashes a part of you that's been hidden, maybe even your entire life. In fact, when you have this game at this level, you become what all women desire. You become who they crave. You'll be noticed as the guy who gets it, the one girls adore, the man she will break all of the rules for. You will become the ultimate ladies' man. These secrets in your hand are an easy shortcut to what you want. Nothing is watered down or politically correct. What's revealed may even make you a little uncomfortable. So I have one important question that could shape the rest of your life. Do you have the courage to become the ultimate ladies' man? Now, these are the 10 levels of disrespect, right? But in order to keep it at 10, because there's actually 12 things. In order to keep it at 10, we're just going to do the steps of 10. And before I get into the 10, I'm going to tell you two very disrespectful things that a lot of guys overlook, right? But again, 10 sounds sexier than 12. So the first thing, right? The first thing is popping up to your house or your job unannounced. Showing up to your job or house unannounced is very, very, very disrespectful. That's basically a woman trying to establish her dominance over you and the situation, right? A lot of the times this will happen if you're not answering your phone. It starts very early in the relationship. If you're not answering your phone, if you ignoring, if she feel like you ignoring her or she's suspicious, she'll try to pop up to try to catch you or, for whatever reason. You do not allow this. You check this immediately and you draw a clear line in the sand. This is not happening. When a woman feel like she can assert herself over you in that way, it's going to go downhill from there. If she don't have to respect your space and respect your domain and respect your kingdom or whatever, if she feels like she can do that, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You do not allow them to come to your house or your job unannounced. I was dating this girl and, her thing was, we was talking, she was saying that, just casually over, casually just chopping it up, just, laughing and shit. She was saying how her style is, if her man ain't picking up the phone, then that must mean that he want to talk in person, right? So I asked her, so if I don't pick up the phone, you think you're going to come to my house and pop up? She was like, I damn sure is. And I was like, you damn sure not. You're not going to do that. That's what we ain't going to do. That's very disrespectful. If you want to talk to me, if I'm not answering the phone, right, then you wait till I call you back. But you don't come to my house and unannounced, because you ain't going to want me coming to your house unannounced. That's stalkerish and it's disrespectful. And if you ever do that with me, and you done. You see what I'm saying? And she understood exactly where I was coming from. She ain't put up no resistance because, you know, she knew where I was coming from. She knew that I knew what time it really was. It ain't about you feeling, yeah, you may feel suspicious, but that's a dominance move. That's a disrespect move. And I'm not gonna let you pull that on me. So she got that. But another thing, right? You got the popping up at your house and going through your phone. That's another thing that's very disrespectful. If you find out a woman that's been in your phone, you check that immediately. Hey, you don't go through my private shit. You do not go through my phone unless I give you the permission to go through my phone. Don't go through my private. I need my privacy. This ain't about me having hoes and all that or being dishonest or deceitful, but I still would love, you know, some privacy. And if you go in somebody's private shit, you disrespecting them. If you rummaging through somebody's private stuff, their private property or whatever, then you basically disrespecting them. Not basically, you are disrespecting them, you know, and women do stuff like this. And a lot of the times y'all take the jealousy as cuteness and you let the jealousy go to your head. You think because she jealous and she in her feelings, you let that go to your head as if you're doing something right and you just allow it. But if you notice the girl who's always going through your phone or the girl who's always popping up at your house, it starts like that. But then what starts to happen after that? So not only is she popping up to your crib or going through your phone, now she beating on your door, disturbing your neighbors. Now she breaking your shit. You see what I'm saying? It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it starts by a bitch popping up at your shit or a bitch going through your phone. They start to go through your phone and they know they can go through your phone. Now they know that they can disturb your peace. You see what I'm saying? And so every time that they want to start an argument or every time that they want to fucking arise out of you or every time they want to dump, they need a toxic dump, they'll go through your phone and accuse you of something. A lot of the times that ain't even there. You see what I'm saying? Don't allow that. That starts from that starts from you letting them disrespect you in those little ways. So now that that's out the way, step one to the 10 levels of disrespect, right? The bad behavior usually starts right here, and it's combativeness, right? When your woman gets combative with you, that's low-key, lightweight disrespect, right? That's low-key, lightweight disrespect, right? She going against the grain, right? This ain't nothing to where you want to charge your girl to the game or break up with her or divorce her. But this is the foundation. She's building the foundation upon mistreating you and bad behavior. It starts with combativeness, right? A lot of the times that is just being disagreeable to bicker, right? So let's say the age old dilemma. What do you want to eat, right? She don't know what she want to eat, right? So you say, hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know what I want to eat, right? And you say, okay, well, we're going to eat pizza. She'll disagree with you just to disagree with you, to bicker and to get some type of energy. And how you handle that is, I'm going to go get pizza. And if you don't want pizza, then you're going to starve. You can be a little bit more tactful in saying that, but, you know, I want tacos. I'm going to go get tacos since you don't know what you want. Well, I don't want that. I don't want to eat that shit and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, then you be hungry. Right? Don't go back and forth with that. You nip that in the bud and let her know, if you don't know, then we going to do what I want to do. And we not going to fight. We not going to argue. We not going to bicker about it. You see what I'm saying? Women get combative to, you know, a lot of the times to fuck with you. Sometimes it's to feel your strength, but or to establish some sort of dominance. And you have to nip it in the bud right then and there. Another thing they'll do is they'll take a defensive tone. Like, let's say you may be talking about something and it may be something harmless, right? It may be something harmless like, hey, can you go get me some water? Can't you say please? Nip that in the bud. Hey, chill out. It don't have to be all that. You see what I'm saying? It don't have to be all that. So you want me to get on my knees and lick your ass for you to grab me some water? We ain't doing that. Don't come at me like that. You see what I'm saying? It's little shit like that if you let slide, it starts to get worse, right? Another thing Another way that they can be combative is passive aggressively, like with slick comments, right? So let's say let's get the water example, right? Let's say you say, hey, can you go get me a glass of water, right? And she say, oh, well, can't you say please or whatever? And then you check her. What she will say is, oh, you being sensitive. You see what I'm saying? Don't be so sensitive. It's passive aggressive. It's not as forceful. This is passive aggressive, but this is combativeness. And you check shit like that immediately. Don't let them come at you like that. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say you she make you mad or she do something and you express yourself and she tells you to man up. These are slick passive aggressive comments because she know that emasculating you. I was about to say demasculate. Emasculating you, she know that's gonna fuck with you. She poking at your ego. Very passive aggressive, slick way, a feminine way of being combative. Instead of saying, well, nigga, throw your dukes up, let's box. They try to cut you down, underhandedly, right? So they'll tell you being sensitive or man up, or a real man would. Don't let them come at you. Oh, a real man would do this, or a real man would. When she start talking like that, you nip it in the bud. Hey, look, we're gonna chill out with all that. Don't come at me like that ever. Or what we got going on ain't gonna work. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to lose your shit. You don't have to argue, but you have to check that little slick shit and that passive aggressive shit. Another thing that they'll do, right, on some passive aggressive shit is comparing you to an ex, right, or other dudes. Well, my ex used to do this. They know that that's gonna fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? Remember, fellas, they can't beat you. They can't beat you physically. Women can't beat you physically, so they gotta troll you to get a win over you and hit you in them emotions. So, oh well, my ex used to do this, and let's say she want to travel and you don't feel like going somewhere, or you busy doing this. Well, my ex saying it wasn't a problem with my ex. She start trying you like that, nip it in the bud ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Or dude she used to fuck with, or it's a million dudes in my inbox that wouldn't mind, taking me out to eat, or wouldn't mind spending time with me. And when they start trying to compare you or what your behavior to anybody else, nip it in the bud. You tell her, well, go fuck with them then. But we ain't gonna do that over here. If they mean that much to you, if it's like that, then go fuck with them. But don't ever say that to me ever again. Nip it in the bud, right? Another thing they'll do to get up to get to you, like on some combative slick shit, passive aggressively, is they'll like shit on your goals or like your aspirations or your inspirations, right? So let's say if it's a content creator that you like, right? Let's say if you like me, right? If you like listening to me, she'll be like, oh, you listening to your daddy today? Or, or your big brother King Dre, because you can't think for yourself. They'll say little shit like that when they see that you growing and somebody's inspiring you for the better. In order to get a win over you, they'll attack you in that way because they know men not really feel insecure, but they know men want to be leaders, and we don't want to be looked at as the poo putt or the fucking, the sheep. So they'll attack you in that way. Oh, you listening to your daddy today. You do everything that nigga King Dre say. That nigga King Dre is your life. Check that immediately. I was about to say, bitch. Don't call your girl no bitch. Bitch, don't come at me like that. Watch your mouth. Don't ever come at me like that again. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say if you got a business or you got something you trying to do on the side, in reference to what you're doing, they'll say, oh, your little business, or, oh, you about to go play your little game or play with your little friends. They'll minimize what you're trying to do. They'll minimize the things that you take pride in, the things that make you happy, the thing that's outside of her. They'll minimize that. And me, I'm petty. I'll be like, yeah, to get away from my little girlfriend or to get away from my little petty woman. I'm petty like that. I'm not telling you to do that and throw jabs at a bitch, but check it. You see what I'm saying? Because I know how to deal with the ramifications of being petty. I have mechanisms in place, but I poke back at them, right, and hold a mirror up to them. I'm not suggesting you do that, but you do check that. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, if you have a woman who if you have a woman who don't believe in you, don't believe in your plans, don't believe in your dreams, and she's shitting on them, you should get that woman away from you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as possible, because you're going to feel like you'll always feel like you're hitting the ceiling, right? You're hitting the ceiling. You can't grow. And a lot of the times that's her. And they know how to do that in a way so that you can't see that it's them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if they start to doing that, your little business or your little friends, or go hop on your little game and minimizing the things that you take pride in, the things that make you happy that's outside of her, that's called being combative, and it's being slick in a passive aggressive way. So that's step one, right? And if you don't deal with that, it grows and it escalates, right? If you don't deal with the combativeness, you don't deal with the slick comments or whatever, if you don't deal with that, it grows and it escalates. Now, here's the caveat, right? People are human beings. So your girl is a human being with emotions. So every once in a while, you going to get this. So let's say you deal with it, you nip it in the bud. 2-3 months later, this is going to come up again and you have to deal with it again, right? Now, if you check it and then tomorrow she do the same thing, you need to punish her. You need to put on ice or do what you're going to do. But you have to understand people are human with emotions, and people are people. Human beings are not perfect. So, you may have to deal with this again 3, 4, 5, 6 months later. Not even 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months later, 4, 5 months later, right? That's okay. That's understandable. Again, people, humans, but squash it. Make sure you nip it in the bud. And it's not going to be, the thing is, it's not going to be how it was the first time. So the first time she may have said, oh, there you go listening to your daddy King Dre again, right? Because you said something that I said that made sense, and it made her less favorable. So she said, oh, you listening to your daddy, you do everything that nigga said or whatever, right? So you check that, and the next time it may be, oh, you going to play your little basketball game. You see what I'm saying? So it's not going to be the same thing every time, but they will understand that this combative shit has to be to a minimum. And sometimes they be on their cycle, whatever the fuck they got going on, they'll buck up at you. But what I'm saying is, right? So I said all that to say that, you're going to have to keep revisiting this throughout the course of your relationship. You're going to have to revisit the check-in, right? But if you don't deal with this, then it gets worse. And it moves up and it escalates to step 2. Now, this is the second step. So if you don't deal with the combativeness, it's going to escalate to this. And that's her flaking on you and flaking on your time. So, and this is more so in the beginning when you guys don't live together, right? You guys before you guys move in or whatever, you'll notice if you start letting that slick shit slide, what's going to start happening is when she's supposed to come over on a Friday night or a Thursday night or whatever, you'll start to get the, hey, babe, can we do it tomorrow? Right? Or, hey, babe, I got a headache or whatever. Can we do this Sunday? I'm tired and, I got to catch up with my schoolwork. She'll basically start flaking on you, right? And this ain't a flake that's like a disinterest flake when you dating a woman, like when you before y'all fuck and all that, and she flake on a date and all. This not that type of flaking. This is basically, so it's not like her interest is going down. It's just that she don't have to respect your time. And she's basically putting her needs over you. So if she didn't feel like, if you guys set a date, right, and she just didn't feel like getting out of bed, if she sees that she can disrespect you by, saying little shit to you or whatever, then she'll feel like, well, I don't have to keep my word when it comes to time. So you done fucking set aside time and, told your homies you can't do it, and, your time is valuable as a man, but she don't see it like that, right? Because the respect is on the decline at this point. So while, he'll be all right, basically. Babe, we'll reschedule. And in her mind, you'll be all right. And you don't know what's going on. It's just like, okay, yeah, things happen. Nah, don't allow that. Nah, you give it one pass. All right, listen, cool. That's cool. But we have to talk about that. We have to talk about this next time we see each other, or next time we talk to each other, or call me back or whatever. Or, if it's not too pressing, discuss it right then, but you check it. And I don't mean to even say that's cool, like, oh, that's cool, and nah, because it ain't cool. Okay, I'm gonna give you that, but we need to talk about that. That's something we can't do that. You understand? Because my time is extremely valuable, right? And you have to respect my time. I know you might not respect your time or anybody else's time, but my time is valuable. And when you shit on my time, it throws off my whole entire shit, right? Me making the time for you, right? If you don't appreciate that, then I can't give you my time. I can't set aside time for you if you're not appreciating it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's why they do that, because they feel like they don't have to keep their word as far as your time go. And the reason that they feel like that is because they step one. You see what I'm saying? So it just escalates and it grows. Right? Now, if she sees that she can flake on your time, right? If she sees that, she can reschedule on you and, y'all make plans to do something and she, say, babe, I don't feel good. I got cramps and all that. If she sees that she can do that, right? If she sees that she can do that, then it escalates. You see what I'm saying? It escalates, and it's at this point, it's not that she cheating on you, because that could be a possibility, but at this point, it's not that she cheating on you. She would rather see you, right? You, regardless of how you feeling, right? Unless you sick. Now, if she's sick, she got COVID or some shit like that, or she's like really, then that's cool. If something genuinely happened. But a lot of the times, they just don't feel like getting up, or they feel like being lazy today, or they ain't in the mood. That, to me, that's not an excuse to flake on me, right? Because if I'm not in the mood, right, if I'm not in the mood to go out, right, me personally as a man, I would at least try to offer something different. Okay, well, I told you I was going to take you to the movie, my fucking stomach aching. How about you come over, right? How about you just come over and I'll do X, Y, Z to make up for that. You see what I'm saying? And we can go to the movies tomorrow. But they don't be doing that. They'll say, hey, I ain't going to be able to come over today, or we can't go today. I'll see you tomorrow, or something like that. A lot of the times it's not them cheating. They just not respecting your time. But anyway, if they see that they can flake on you, it escalates to another level, right? And this is when you start to see the popping up, right? Popping up at the crib and going through your phone and all this. You see that within that. But I talked about that first. But after flaking, it goes to this level. And that's dismissiveness, and extreme dismissiveness. So King Dre, what's dismissiveness? You guys get into a bicker, right? Because you didn't handle the first level correctly, right? You didn't handle the first level correctly. So now these little combative sessions are starting to become intense. See what I'm saying? Because you didn't handle it. So she's getting a little bit more aggressive, and she's getting a little bit more disrespectful with it. You see what I'm saying? And you didn't handle it. So she saw she couldn't flake on your time. So now she started to get dismissive. Starts to get, she starts to get dismissive because these little combative sessions or little beefs you having are a lot more intense, right? It's a little bit more emotional. Now, it's not the same as if you 2 years in, but it's a little bit more emotion on top of it. So now she's starting to display frustration and shit like that. So what happens is she'll hang up on you when you're talking and you're trying to get your point across and you say something she don't like, she'll hang up on you. That's very rude. It's very disrespectful. That's called being dismissive, extremely dismissive. To me, that's one of my boundaries, like a hard boundary. You hang up on me, I'm not picking up the phone when you call me back. See what I'm saying? Or they'll block you. A lot of y'all be getting blocked. Y'all get into fights with your girl or whatever, and they block you on social media, or they block your number so you can't contact them, or they can't see your text. Don't fucking allow that. Come up with a way so you can punish that. But for me, mines know that if you block me, right? If you block me, cool, but you're going to have a hard time reaching me when you unblock me. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes they'll test your gangster right there. You see what I'm saying? They'll block you, then they'll unblock you, and you be so happy that you unblock that you fall into it. Don't allow that, because if they see that they can do it, then they're gonna try you, because it don't feel good to be dismissed like that, and they know that. You see what I'm saying? A bitch blocked me. When she blocked me, she gonna have a hard time getting in contact with me. and that ice is real cold. It's lonely on that motherfucking bench. You see what I'm saying? You gonna sit on timeout for a minute if you block me. It's very disrespectful. It's very rude. You hang up on me, I'm not picking up the phone when you call me again. That's a boundary for me, and it should be for y'all because that's disrespectful, and women know that that's disrespectful to you. They get frustrated. Y'all going back and forth. They get frustrated, or you say something, you start making sense, and they don't like it. They hang up on your ass. I don't care about that, and hang up on you. That's another thing too. Y'all going back and forth. Y'all having a conversation. They just, I don't care about it no more. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't care. That's being dismissive. Deal with that, bro. Right then and there. Another thing they'll do. So let's say y'all not over the phone, or you not, you in person. They'll walk away from you. You out in public or somewhere, or you may be at a restaurant, or y'all may be at wherever y'all at, right? Or at a fucking theme park or whatever. They'll walk away from you. If there's a little disagreement, they'll just walk away from you. I don't want to hear that shit. Walk away from you out of your face. Fellas, that's very, very disrespectful. Don't allow it. Very dismissive. I don't give a fuck about you, how you feel. Fuck you. And you don't want no person dealing with you that feels like that, or that feels like that they can do that. I'm not saying a person has to address your every concern, right? But don't handle your business like that. You know what I'm saying? A chick, I don't care. Okay, you in your feelings. You may need to process your emotions. I got it, cool. But you ain't gonna handle your business like that. You're not gonna block me, and you're not gonna motherfucking hang up on me. You're not gonna walk away from me. I don't allow that, and you should not either. Don't allow that shit. Check it immediately, because if they feel like they can do that, right? If they feel like they can do that, then it escalates. I remember I was dating this girl, right? We was out to eat at a restaurant. All right. We was out to eat at a restaurant. And we got into it. It was some petty. I can't remember what it was. This was years ago. Can't remember what it was, but it wasn't nothing like no real, maybe she took it like that. I don't know. But I said something that she didn't like, right? So we sitting in the restaurant, and this bitch gets up and walks away from me in the restaurant, leaves me, go out, just leave, right? While we eating and shit. Just leave and go sit in the car. Nah, we ain't doing that. Checked her, bro. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. Called the waiter, paid for called the waiter over, paid for the shit. And I'm like, look, yo, listen, I understand you got your feelings and all of that. I understand that, you don't like what I said or whatever, but one thing we can't ever do is that ever again. Because if you do, you don't have to ever worry about me, right? Now, I should have put her on ice at that point. And I learned from them, when they do stuff like that, you got to put them on the bench. Some of this shit, right, especially further up on the ladder we go, you have to do more than check. And something like that, especially like in that type of context where we sitting at a restaurant and you get up and walk away. See, I checked it and she was, I'm sorry and all of this shit. But from that point, checking wasn't good enough. I should have charged her, put her on the bench for a little bit, because I end up having to charge her to the gate, because her shit grew a couple more steps after this. If every time a woman, get a little combative with you, charging them, you ain't gonna never be able to build nothing, because all women gonna come with that. You just have to nip it in the bud, right? So I'm saying that to say, depending on the level, sometimes checking ain't gonna work, and you have to charge them. In this situation, I kind of learned the hard way. This situation, not that I learned the hard way, but this had been one of my chicks, man. We have been rocking for a long time, and sometimes you get lax in your game. You get lackadaisy with your game. So I would give her more room than most chicks, right? I would give her more room, right? So I let it get to this point, right? And I should have charged her then, put on a bench for a minute, but I didn't, right? And with her, it escalated, right? And I get into that. I get into how she escalated in a minute once I get to the other steps. But if your girl can dismiss you like that, walk away from you, block you, and all of that shit, and you don't do nothing about it, what that's gonna turn into is step 4, right? And that's sneak dissing you on social media, right? So what does that mean? Your girl will start posting shit like love your girl or someone else will, or, all type of other weird shit to basically try to communicate to you via social media and basically putting the world in y'all business, right? Because she know the wolves is watching. She know all them orbiters and them thirsty wolves is waiting, right? So by this time in the situation, if she's not accepting applications, but she's thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? She's starting to think about it. She may not be doing it, but she's thinking about it. And so any woman who values their relationship is not going to do that. They're not going to sneak diss you on social media. They're not going to post Beyonce lyrics, I could have another you in a minute, or post the song on their stories with a picture. They're not going to do all that, right? That's sneak dissing, and they'll do it on social media. But if a woman values her relationship and she wants it to maintain it and wants it to work and she respects you, she's not going to do that. See what I'm saying? They reposting quotes, right, pertaining to the things that you're going through. They posting Derek Jackson and Poppy the Boss, or what the dude name is, Poppy the Don or whatever his name is. All them panda bears. What's the other one? Justin LaBoy or Justin LA or whatever his name is. They start to posting all that shit. They sneak dissing you, right? But what's happening is when they sneak dissing you, they know the wolves is watching, right? Because I know when my old hoes going through with their dudes, when I need to start putting my bid in, right, to put them back in my rotation or whatever. When they start posting them quotes and shit, all them relationship quotes and a real man to do this, and if you loved your girl, don't let her go, and all this old bullshit, I already know it's about to be time. Come on back to daddy. That shit didn't work out, didn't it? I already know. I'm just licking my chops. They know when they do this. Because if you was to check their DMs, and I'm not saying go through your girl phone, don't go through nobody's phone, right? But if they post some shit like that and you was to go in them DMs, it'd be 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes. Hey, what's up, big head? Right? And she may not even entertain them right then, but she know what she doing. So once they get to sneak dissing you on social media, and with the same girl that I was telling you about that walked away from me, and I checked her hard, and I should have put her on the bench, but I checked her hard, right? I'm sorry, I just felt like this, it felt like that. A week later, this bitch was sneak dissing me on social media, right? A week later, it's like clockwork. If you just pay attention to these steps and analyze your problems and analyze your situations in your relationships, and I can guarantee you they kind of go somewhat like this. But anyway, a week later, this bitch was sneak dissing me on social media, and she put, I forgot what she put, man. She put some fucking song or something, but I knew it was to me, right? So I'm like, hey, look, we ain't doing that, man. We ain't doing that. I thought we was cool. I thought everything was cool because we ain't had no problems after that, right? We was cool. So she sneak dissing me on social media, but in her mind, right? In her mind, she opening the floodgates, right? So I like, hey man, we ain't doing that. Don't do that. We ain't doing that. Don't do that. She take it down, right? I don't tell her to take it down. She just take it down. Like, it ain't what we doing, right? So she take the shit down. Right? But that grew, right? So fellas, your girl sneak dissing you on social media, right? She started to sneak dissing you on social media. She feel like that. She feel like she can disrespect you and violate you in that way. And once she feel comfortable doing that, step 5, this is where shit get tricky. This is where shit gets sticky right here. Step 5, here come the blatant disrespect. Blatant verbal disrespect. Once you get here, it's a problem. This ain't no check, right? A lot of the times, this ain't no check. You're going to have to ice a motherfucker for at least a couple days when they call you out your name, right? But once they feel like they could sneak you, they going to disrespect you verbally. They going to call you out your name. You being a bitch. Stop acting like a bitch. You a bitch. You stupid. You dumbass. Pussy. All this shit. Anything but your name, they start calling you. You see what I'm saying? Once they do this, the respect is pretty much on the, like, it's almost gone. You see what I'm saying? And let me say this. People like to blame a person's race or a person's background. Latino women are spicy like that. Black women with the black woman attitude, or not only backgrounds and shit, but like mental problems. Those she got fucking borderline personality and she just sabotages. She got mental issues. Let me tell you something, bro. If that bitch wouldn't go poke a bear, a sleeping bear, right? I don't give a fuck if she Latina, black, crazy, schizophrenic or whatever. That bitch wouldn't go in the woods and poke a bear that was sleeping, right? And if she wouldn't do that, now if she'll go do that, then the bitch crazy for real. You see what I'm saying? But if she wouldn't go do that, then she shouldn't be poking you, right? And so don't excuse, because Latinas are like that. No, Latinas ain't like that. They like that with you, because I've dated several Latinas, and they ain't talking to me like that. You see what I'm saying? Don't let women call you out your name. Don't excuse that shit with race. Don't excuse that shit with, oh, she just traumatic and she just a little bit more mad. Fuck all that. You should be the sleeping bear in the woods when it comes to your women in your relationship and everybody in general. You shouldn't let nobody call you out your name. No dude, no nothing. Right? But especially no woman. You bitch, you stupid, you pussy, you a dumbass. I can't believe you don't think, and all this old dumb shit that they be calling y'all out y'all fucking name. Don't allow that, bro. Don't allow that. When they get to that point, you need to put them on the bench for a little bit until they break at least. You have to. You have to, bro. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? And the same girl made it to that step. And after that, it was over. See what I'm saying? Because when I put on the bench, and I know I'm willing to risk. See, a lot of y'all be scared, right? This the real deal. Let's get real with it. A lot of y'all be scared to put your women on the bench or put them on ice because you scared they're gonna go fuck with somebody else. Right? But I'd rather that than you be disrespectful to me and cause me stress. So I will take that for my respect in the end. Now, a lot of times, you put them on the ice for a couple of days, they ain't gonna go fuck with nobody else. A lot of the times. And if they was already doing it anyway, and you way past these levels. You see what I'm saying? But if everything is progressing naturally, and you got to put them on timeout for a little bit, a lot of the times they not. Sometimes they will though, right? But a lot of y'all be scared that that's what's gonna happen, so you don't do what you need to do. A woman have to see that, bitch, I would rather be by myself than to tolerate that. That's the only thing that's going to work. You can beat them all. You can beat them. You can argue with them. You can call yourself checking them. They not going to get it until you put their ass on the bench. And they can see that, okay, this dude ain't playing. You have to take away the value. You have to. The value that you provide them, you have to take it away. So once it's to this point, you have to take away the value. You have to sit them on the bench for a minute. And you can't be scared that they're going to go fuck somebody else. Because if you don't get a hold of it, they're going to go fuck somebody else anyway. If once this starts to escalate a little bit after this, they're going to go fuck somebody else anyway. You see what I'm saying? But don't let women call you out your name. Don't let them blatantly, verbally disrespect you. Don't let them do that, right? Let them do that, right? A woman should only call you by your name, right? And this is one of my rules. You either call me my name or you call me something uplifting. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Zaddy, King, or something. Or Andre. I'm not your nigga. Now, I don't even let women call me nigga. That's my nigga right there. No, I'm not. You know, and I know as, you know, black people, we use it as a term of, but it still has a negative connotation to it, even when we're using it as a term of endearment. Right? Because think of it like this. It's easy to say, I kill that nigga. Right? Oh, yeah, we use it as a term of endearment, but it's easy to say that. Now, say I kill my brother. I kill that good man over there. That's harder to say, right? So those words have negative connotations to them, right? Just like bitch, right? Women call themselves bitches all day. Women call themselves bitch this, but they not gonna let you call them no bitch because they know what we mean when we say it to them. Women call themselves bitches all day, just like men. We call, man, my homies, man, nigga, this my nigga, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not letting no woman call me no nigga because of the negative connotation that it has to it. You call me my name or you call me something uplifting and positive. Nothing else. You see what I'm saying? This psychological, this subconscious shit is real. And when women in their minds, they feel like they can basically subjugate you like that, because that's basically what it is. Women call you a bitch, you a pussy, you stupid, you that. She's subjugating you, bruh. Right? And she emasculating you. When they feel like they can do this, the respect is damn near out the door at this point. You see what I'm saying? And remember what I told you. In order for a woman to love you, she have to respect you first. You feel what I'm saying? Fellas, I like, you know, it's always more than one way to skin a cat. The way I do things may not be the way you do things, but this is one of the ones you need to adopt in your game. Call me my name or something positive or nothing at all. And stand on that. The first time she call you stupid, game over. She go on the bench for a day or two or whatever, whenever she break and apologize. And however long that got to be, it got to be, but you have to stand on that, because if you don't, I'm telling you, the shit gets worse. It's not going to get better at that point. And if she calling you, if she calling you a bitch or stupid or you dumb, you can't think or whatever the fuck they be calling y'all, she was sneak dissing you on social media, and she was dismissive, and she was flaking on your time, and she was being combative. If you trace your steps back, that's probably how it went. So now we at the fucking verbal disrespect. You have to deal with that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, because it's starting to get bad. You can salvage your relationship at this point, fellas. It's still salvageable at this point. You can still get that respect back at this point, but you have to go to the damn near the extreme. You cannot argue with them when it comes to this point. You cannot argue. It is no talking that's gonna fix this. You have to let them know this is not okay. And in order to do that, I need to think about this. You need to give me my space so I can think about this. And she has to feel like she about to lose your ass. Once you do that, it'll pretty much stop. She'll never call you out your name again. If you do that and you stand on that, that'll stop. And the disrespect, you know, a lot of the times won't make it past that. If you serious and you stand on that, but you have to, fellas, I'm telling you, because it's gonna get fucking worse. You feel me? Now, if you let your girl disrespect you verbally, calling you out your name, and you don't do nothing about it, it's gonna escalate to this. Public disrespect, public arguing, public slander, right? She gonna be combative with you in public, right? And when it get here, it's ill, right? Because this is deep. So not only do she think you a bitch, right? She want everybody else to know that you a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? When people humiliate you publicly, they want everybody else to see it. They want everybody else to see what you see. It's real. See what I'm saying? They want everybody else to see, I'm the dominant one. I'm the smart one. Look at this idiot. Look at him. I'm disrespecting him in public. And he ain't gonna do shit. I absolutely hate seeing men like this, right? To a point, because you see it all the time in the grocery stores, right? You see it all the time in, you know, out in public, where not so much nowadays because people record a lot, right? But even then you still see it, right? You see it on social media, but you used to see it more so back in the days because, you know, people were more conscious. people are more conscious of this now, to where, you know, they know if it's a scene, somebody gonna start recording. But back in the days, you would see this a lot, like in grocery stores or, you know, in stores, or especially in the fucking mall. You want to see this shit, go to the mall, back then at least, right? Where a woman would be talking slick to a dude or talking crazy to the husband or the dude, right? And it may not be loud and irate, but if you walk by, you can hear it, right? The people in the immediate thing can hear it. Hurry up, you fucking idiot. Why are you walking so slow? Or don't be so fucking stupid. Or hurry the fuck up. Like shit like that in public. That's very, very disrespectful. That is a violation. You have to do something about that. You cannot allow that. Again, not only do she think you a bitch and a pussy, she want everybody else to see it. It's like a public lynching, bro. Don't allow that. And that's what happens if that's the steps that it get to when, you know, you let them violate you, you know, by calling you out your name and shit. They'll start doing it to you in public, in front of everybody else, in front of your friends. That's a big one too. So it's not just in public, but in front of people in general. Like your friends and shit. When y'all at the house, you and your homies at the house, and she beefing with you and calling you all type of shit in front of your boys. Very disrespectful, bro. Very fucking disrespectful. Getting an attitude, stomping all around, causing a scene and all of that in front of your people. Your woman respects you. If she have an issue with you, she gonna pull you to the side. Y'all go outside, or she gonna fucking she gonna wait until your boys leave. You see what I'm saying? Once you get to this point, it's pretty much game over, bro. If you stay with your girl at this point, I think this is step 6. The respect is gone at this point. I don't want to say it's pretty much over, because from this point you could maybe salvage it. But the respect is pretty much gone. You can get it. It ain't so far gone to where she's disgusted yet, but it's starting to get to the point where she's disgusted. And at this point, if she's still with you at this point, I don't want to say this point, but it's starting to get to the point to where, like, if she's still with you, it's out of necessity. She needs to be with you because she's dependent on you for something. And a lot of the times it be financial survival. You see what I'm saying? Were we to the point of calling you out your name in public and disrespecting you in public in front of your boys and shit? There's a reason that she's with you at this point, and it ain't I love him. Or she may like have love for you and shit, but it's not like, ooh, this is the man of my dreams. This is my guy. I'm so attracted to him. I love and respect him and honor him. If she with you at this point still, that's not the case. She just benefit from you. You see what I'm saying? So don't let them do that in public. This is another thing where checking is, you know what I'm saying? Checking is out. You got to charge them for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Put them on the bench for a little bit. Put them on timeout for a little bit. Now, once she can disrespect you publicly, right? Once she could disrespect you publicly, we move to step 7, level 7. That's slandering you to other people and broadcasting your failures, right? So if she see that she can fucking bitch you out in public and shit, or in front of your boys, or in front of her family or whatever, if she see that she can do that, she gonna start slandering you to her family and her friends and shit, right? And at this point, it's treason, right? For me and my boundaries, this is one of the things that's discussed before a relationship. I hate this. You know what I'm saying? This is something for me that's discussed. This is one of those things in my situations, it's discussed first quarter. If you ever do this, we done. Right? Because once they start telling your business and putting other people in y'all relationship and shit, it's pretty much game over from that point. But, you know, to me, that's treason. Right? They not only slandering you and to other people, but what they're doing is they broadcasting your failures, bro. So every time you may be feeling insecure, or you may be down, or you may have had an angry moment, or you may not have it all together and shit, or you may didn't last as long as she wanted her to last, or whatever you're doing that's wrong, your failures as a man, it's getting broadcast to her family, to the world, and she putting all of them in your business. That's treason, bro. That is treason. Once it's at this point, bro, you should just break up with her. You see what I'm saying? She talking about shit about you in the group chat and shit. That, like, how disrespectful can, like, you see what I'm saying? One thing about men that I notice, we'll tell our homeboys, like, if we, let's say, not even me, right? I keep people out of my business, right? But if we had an issue, we'll tell maybe our boys about the issue and shit, right? But we will refrain from painting our girl in a negative light, generally. Right, we may say, yeah, she done cussed me out and all this shit, but we ain't gonna be like, yeah, she was crying and she felt so insecure and the bitch just can't get it together and the bitch lazy, and that's how they be doing, y'all. This nigga lazy, he ain't got no aspirations. All he do is sit on the couch and play the game. He can't get out of his depression, and he got PTSD and he can't get his dick up, and they be trying y'all and blasting y'all, and he still be laying up with y'all ass. That's called treason. And you know what's ill? Sometimes they doing it to the other dudes that they talking to. See, it's starting to get tricky and sticky. You see what I'm saying? It's starting to get tricky. That's the next level. We'll get there in a second, but once a woman gets comfortable to the point to where she's slandering you in public, broadcasting your failures, putting your business all on social media, every time y'all get into an argument, she run into social media with it. Now, this ain't, before it was sneak dissing. Now she telling your business on social media and shit, on some drama queen shit. That's treason. This is very, very disrespectful. At this point, it ain't no ice. It ain't no timeout. It's time to break up. It's time to break up. Now, here's a little sidebar, right? Depending on the woman, if she's a drama queen, you may get this in the beginning. If you get it in the beginning, you can salvage it. You have to nip it in the bud ASAP. Some women are just drama queens. A lot of them, actually. And when something don't go right or they feel a certain type of way, they go vent to their friends and their family. See what I'm saying? When you see that, you have to let them know ASAP. I let women know this that deal with me before this even gets there. Hey, listen, keep people out of my fucking business. Period. I understand you have your issues and you want to vent and all that shit. That's cool. But keep people out of my fucking business. And you have to teach your woman. You have to teach them the dangers of doing this, right? Everybody don't want to see you happy. Everybody don't want to see you with a great man like me, right? Because they want that for themselves. And if given the opportunity, a lot of them will backdoor you and fuck your man. You have to teach them that because it's true, especially when you a good dude. So you have to teach them that. And you also have to teach them when you gonna always love me. They not gonna forget, right? They not gonna forget how you painted me. So that's going to stick with them forever. So now I have enemies, and now things are awkward at the family gathering because of some shit you done told them 6 months ago. So now your brother don't like me because your sister told your cousin some shit, and by the time it got to your brother, it's all discombobulated and all. You see what I'm saying? You don't want this type of conflict and drama. Go see a therapist if you have a problem. Or bring your issues and we can squash our shit ourselves. One thing about older women, they understand this. A lot of older women understand this because they done made that mistake before. They done went and they done told their girl, this dude ain't shit and blah, 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 blah. And I just need a break and I need to break up with him. But then they end up looking like idiots because they still have the attachment to you. They still love you, right? They end up looking like idiots. And they understand that, people in your business and the silent enemies, and yeah, that's my homegirl, but my homegirl won't see me miserable. So my homegirl gonna reinforce the negative shit and put negative shit in my ear so she can come back, so I can come back and mistreat you even more. Because although this is my homegirl, I love her, I think she want to see me do good. But in reality, she don't. It's just misery loves company. Or my sister wish she had a man like this. Women, they don't understand that, and you have to teach them this. So like I say, sometimes you'll get this in the beginning. But I suggest you do what I do. And before things start to get serious, we have that conversation on boundaries. And this is one of them. This is a hard boundary for me. Other people in your mix and other people in your business, no bueno. And broadcasting my failures is not an option. That ain't even a discussion. You're not going to broadcast my failures to nobody. To social media, to your mama, no nothing. Because I'm human at the end of the day. But you're not gonna do that. Oh, he done been lazy the last couple of days, and you're not gonna do that to me. You know what I'm saying? And you fellas, you shouldn't let your woman do that to you. That's very disrespectful. Again, sometimes this may happen in the beginning, depending on the chick. Right? Depending on the chick. But you have to squash the shit immediately. Don't let them slander you to other people. Don't let them broadcast your failures. Don't let them put your business on social media. You don't want that. It's too many things that can go wrong with having other people in your kingdom, in your mix. Feel what I'm saying? It's too many things that can go wrong. And you don't want that influence. And a lot of younger women just don't understand that. And it's you as the leader, you have to teach them so that they understand. This is what I mean when I say you got to teach your woman. You have to upgrade her to a higher level. It's shit like this. And don't wait until they do it. Get it out the way early. Shit like this, you get it out the way early. I'm not saying isolate her from her family and her people, but show her that everybody ain't for her. Show her that, when you diss me, you forget, but they don't. Show her that your homegirl don't really want the best for you, like I do. And given the opportunity, she'll jump on this dick behind your back. You got to teach them that, bro. A lot of younger women don't understand that. So again, slandering you to other people, broadcasting your failures and all that, that's out. If it get to the steps, now again, if they do it in the beginning, because some chicks drama like that, you nip it in the bud ASAP and you let them know if you ever do that again, is out. But if you are on the natural progression of disrespect, right, and you get to this point, the slandering shit, game over. Game over. You understand? Because if you don't, it's finna get bad. So she's slandering you to other people. She broadcasting your failures. She putting your business in the street, and you ain't did nothing about it, right? It's over at that point. The respect is gone. But a lot of y'all don't learn. A lot of you guys don't know better, and you let it continue. You don't leave her. You don't put her on. You don't break up with her, right? What happens next is she's now so comfortable, and she has so much disrespect for you. She has no respect for you at this point, to the point to where she's entertaining other men. So that's the next step after slandering and public shaming and broadcasting your shit. The next step is her entertaining other men. That's including, right? And not limited to inviting attention. I'm going to say that again. So she's entertaining men. Yes, she's talking to them in the DMs and all of that, or hanging out with them, but also included in that is inviting the attention of other men. Posting provocative pictures along with the dissing you. Oh, if you don't love me, somebody else will, on the stories with a picture of with cleavage and shit. Inviting that type of sexual attention from men. Very disrespectful. If it gets to this point, game over. Nothing else you can do about it. Once she starts talking to other men and openly inviting sexual attention from other men, she's putting herself back on the market. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's putting herself back on the market. She's talking to exes, going on lunch dates. I'm just going to have lunch with the guy at work. It's nothing serious. All of this shit, once she start doing this, she's entertaining other men. She's accepting applications. She's lining up your fucking replacement at this point. In her mind, it's over already. You just don't think it's over. A lot of y'all hit me up. When y'all hit me up, it be at this point. And you still, it be at this point and you still staying with the woman. You hit me up like, oh, she was talking to her ex, or she said she wanted to go out on a date with her, not a date, but she wanted to go catch up with her ex because, they grew up together, or she wanted to have guy friends, or she wanted to go hang out with her guy friend or whatever. Y'all be at this point and it's like, what the fuck? She's entertaining guys in the DMs. And I'm like, why are you messaging me this shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, you have to, at this, you got to respect yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get you in love, but how do you not respect yourself? How do you not value yourself? But when she's starting to entertain other men and you see this and you catch her, it ain't no stop, right? And see, this is the thing too. Let me say this. A lot of y'all think that you can stop it. You message the other guy, right? You message the other guy, leave my girl alone. Leave my girl alone. Don't message her ever again. You want to take the passwords to the phones. You want to put extra handcuffs on them. But at this point, it's already too late. She'll comply in the moment because she's still trying to figure out her exit strategy. You see what I'm saying? She's still trying to figure out how to leave you emotionally and break the attachment. Right? So she'll comply and give you the passwords and delete everything and delete those guys and unfollow that guy and delete this guy and block this guy. Like how y'all be making them do. Bruh, it's too late at that point because she's still going to do it anyway. She's just going to do it behind your goddamn back. You see what I'm saying? Once they start entertaining other men, it's over. Any woman who loves and respects you will not entertain other men. They will not put themselves in a position to get sexual attention, especially on the internet, especially in the DMs. They will not respond to DMs. When somebody DM her, they will not say, oh, no, thank you, I have a boyfriend. They'll leave him on red or leave him on scene or block him if they love and respect you. That motherfucker be having a conversation with his goddamn self if they love and respect you. Once they start entertaining that shit, it's over. You see what I'm saying? It's over. It's nothing you could do about it from that point. You can't control her. A lot of y'all, again, you get into mate guard mode at this point. You get into mate guard mode to where you think you can put extra handcuffs on her. It's too gone, Playboy. It's too far gone. Right? It's over. When you catch your girl entertaining other men, it's over. Walk away. Relationship over with. But y'all don't learn. Yeah, y'all don't learn. Right? Y'all don't learn. And y'all don't want to fucking get it. So what happens when you catch her entertaining other men, right? And you don't leave her. And you don't break up with her. Or you instead of leaving her, breaking up with her, you try to make guard. Or you let it go. Or you have an argument about it and she tell you, okay, I won't do it no more, I'm sorry. What happens? She starts fucking other men. She starts cheating. She starts cheating. You already know. At this point, game over. Once another dude get access to your girl in that way, it's game over. Once another dude conquer your girl, it's game over. You see what I'm saying? Once another dude bone your girl, it's game over. Right? It ain't nothing else. It ain't even nothing else for me to say at this point. It's nothing else for me to say at this point. You catch her and you catch her entertaining other dudes. You don't do nothing, or you try to make guard. And when I say do something, I mean break up with her. You try to make guard, or you argue about it, and you let it slide. Basically, the next step, Playboy, she gonna fuck him. What you gonna do after that? A lot of y'all still don't learn, right? And again, it ain't nothing. It ain't even too much to even say. If you are allowing, now if you're in an open relationship, cool, right? But if you're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship or a monogamous marriage or whatever, and your girl is sneaking and outside and she's being scandalous in that way, the respect is gone and it'll never come back. That's another thing. Once your girl start fucking other men, there's no coming back from that. If she starts fucking other men while she's with you, there's no coming back from that. If you accept her back, she's going to always do it again. There's no coming back from that level of disrespect. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not saying if you break up with your girl and y'all broke up and then she go fuck, that's different. But if y'all together, y'all in a relationship together, and she's violating you in that way to where she's fucking other men and then coming back to you, you will never come back from that, ever. So you need to leave now. Game fucking over. But a lot of y'all don't leave. And there's a graveyard full of y'all who don't leave. Well, a lot of you guys have criminal records or in prison because you didn't leave. Right? So what's next after you catch her fucking other dudes and you don't leave? She starts to harm you physically. Right? That's right. The combativeness leads to physical harm. And a lot of the times, this costs you your life. I've done shows to where, and I know you guys have seen, to where women are literally getting caught hiring hitmen to kill their husbands. Poisoning their husbands. There's a whole TV series behind this type of shit. The disrespect has gotten this bad. This is where it grew to where it's physical harm. They putting their hands on you. If a woman is like smacking you around, like if she's hitting you, she probably cheating on you too. She more than likely, if a woman got the balls enough to hit you and smack you around or get physical with you, she probably more than likely, I would say it's a good 90% of the time she's cheating on you. Now there's that little small percentage of women who come from the hood, and this is how they handle their business until a man check that, right? But a lot of the cases, it ain't like that. A lot of the times it grows to this. And if she's at the level to where she's hitting you, she's probably cheating, right? But, it ultimately is going to cost you your life if you don't leave this woman. It's a graveyard full of people. It's prisons full of people. There's a show created behind this to where it's gotten that bad to the woman. It's almost like a hidden force that has nothing to do with the woman, really, if you really want to get deep. But, this cancer has gotten so bad that it's about to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? Or if it ain't that, they lying on you, putting you in jail. They lying and saying you hit them, setting you up with false charges and allegations and shit like that, trying to get you out of the way. This shit is real and this shit is deep. When you see those men on those shows or in the news or in the media, and they caught their woman, or the police caught their woman trying to put a hit on them, or the woman have killed them or did some shit or falsely accused them of beating on her and shit. If you reverse engineer their situation and trace their steps back, it was what I'm talking about, these steps. And it started with combativeness that they should have nipped in the bud on that first date or that first honeymoon phase them first couple months in the honeymoon phase. But they let it go and they let it go. They let it go from combativeness to fucking flaking to fucking dismissiveness to sneak dissing them to verbally disrespecting them to public disrespect to slander to entertaining other guys to fucking other guys. And now you dead or in jail. It gets that deep. Behavior is not stagnant. It gets better or it gets worse, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to check disrespect at the door. And if it starts to get worse, you have to leave because you have a woman who does not respect you. And that's the worst place to be as a human being, is under the heels of a woman who does not respect you. That's biblical. You understand? Do not let women disrespect you. A man must be respected at all fucking times. Check them or fucking charge them. Straight up. Now, that's the end of that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, we have the Ultimate Ladies Man Seminar or the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit opening for enrollment on April 4th. You do not want to miss that. You get 3 courses, 3 full length courses at that, where you don't get like the game that's in those courses you cannot get anywhere. Trust me. Attraction 101, the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide, and How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. You get those 3 courses. Also, you get access to the private, because I forgot to mention this earlier. You get access to the private webinars, the webinars from the last summit that we did. So I got about 5, 2 hour plus of those in the archives. You'll get access to that too. But so you get the 3 courses. You get 5 training webinars, live webinars, via Zoom of some of the best coaches in the game teaching you, their expertise and answering your questions, Q&As or whatever. You get that for a week straight. You also get access to the private Telegram chat group where you have direct access to me, where we can fix your problems in real time. We have guys who have had a problem right there, real time. Hey guys, I'm going through this. What can we do? We fix it, get his girl back together. And she, next thing you know, she on his knee, on her knees, giving him a blowjob. But without that, he probably would have crashed and burned. You see what I'm saying? So you get access to that private Telegram chat. It's very, very valuable, and it's very underrated to have access, direct access to the king and other kings with game. So you get that, plus you get bi-weekly Zoom meetings, mastermind meetings with me. So you can catch up, you can maintenance your game, share your progress, help you out with your situations, Q&As, go over your text threads, whatever. You get that. And I think that's it. But anyway, you can get all of that at ultimateladiesman.com. And remember, the only time you can buy How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You and the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide is when you attend the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit. When you purchase that. Otherwise, those are not for sale to the public. You see, you can get Attraction 101 any day of the week, but that's the only time that you can get that. And once I close this down, this is pretty much going to be it. You see what I'm saying? Until I do another course or something. But it's not going to be this package. See what I'm saying? So make sure you get on the wait list right now, ultimateladiesman.com. You do not want to miss this. I'm telling you, this will change your life. This has gotten virgins laid. The last summit we had last year, there were virgins who took this course, and within 2-3 weeks, they had bodies. It's that powerful. We got guys who couldn't get their girls together. Their girls are eating out of their fucking hands now. It's that powerful. So get on the wait list at ultimateladiesman.com. Get on the wait list or hit the link in the descriptions. Get on the wait list. We will be open for enrollment on April 4th through April 8th. You only have 5 days to purchase. After that, it's over. You can't get in. But anyway, this is none other than your gracious game advisor. This show has been brought to you by ultimateladiesman.com. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gone. In today's social media age, the dating game has become ruthless and competitive, with the technological advances we've made in society being the main culprit. Social media and dating apps have leveled the playing field so that now women have the power of choice and options. But where does that leave you? Frustrated, disappointed, lonely,
left on scene, canceled dates, ghosting, let's just be friends and I need to get to know you more, rejections. I know it seems like you're on a dark, dead-end road, but that changes right now. I have the solution for you. I have the keys to transform you into the ultimate ladies' man that women can't resist. Yes, you too can be amongst the 5% of men who know this game. This system will teach you the entire seduction process from the initial approach all the way to escalating to sex. Learn step by step how to transform yourself into the attractive man that the modern woman finds irresistible. Gain valuable skills such as screening, texting, flake prevention, sexual escalation, and so much more. Are you ready to start winning? Are you ready to become the ultimate ladies' man?